Yo, I'ma verbally name this video. Um, I flag you, and this is why. Okay, so I'm not going to hate. I'm gonna just give you a quick review on what I think about one of the most watched shows on YouTube, which is No Jumper. Okay, so besides me, getting into what I get into when I'm discussing certain things, and I'm teaching and I'm educating y'all from afar because a lot don't tap into the video, which I already knew. Um, it's now obvious and apparent that you guys have fulfilled something in the intangible. Okay, you fulfilled an intangible criteria, and if you've been prompt on my work, and if you've been prompt on my lessons and on my clips on how I teach, you don't have to steal, but you will understand certain things at a certain time because you forget. This is why the word degree reigns, and it runs us as people, whether it's spiritually, religious, law, or education. It just doesn't matter. The word degree matters, period. So to be honest, No Jumper, for some reason, we have an attachment to No Jumper because of Adam 22. We're just gonna say that we seen him as a skinhead. He got the glam up with the hair transplant, and now he's very open about his sexuality or whatever. Now, when I watched before he started talking crazy like that, this is new behavior post pandemic. As the pandemic was happening, while you guys were in the house, he started a behavior which was, strategically and tactically done on his behalf or whatever. But it was interesting because you want to see the new music and the new rappers, the new content creators, and all the news. Cool, right? So Adam 22 has this psychiatrist hypnosis effect on us, in which we watch him and whatever he says, we still like it matters to us for some reason, and we just accept it different. Now you look at the panel, and he has a few weapons because he grasps in diversity certain crowds. Because you have your one-on-one show with WAC 100. That's the show that I watch preferably, right? But your panel is different. I came across Poetic Flacco. I know what type of education Poetic Flacco went through because he was on my side of New York at the time, he got the education before he, did his thing. And big ups to him, no hate or nothing like that. Congratulations. And Poetic Flacco has an audience because everybody knows Poetic Flacco is disabled also, and he does a heck of a job reporting the news and stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie, blow for blow, highlight for highlight, reel for reel, clip for clip. He's just gonna make a whole bunch of content and provide you the gossip in a different angle. Him being Muslim and African, and him being ghetto. So big ups to that. And Adam 22 know that that's a smart move because despite his disability, he still has a lot. He has a better blogger mentality, not just his speech, but he has a better mentality than everyone else. There's nobody else that's harder working than him. Okay, now we have Lush, who's an old school person that has everybody's ear, and that's another nice little throwdown you do. And I'm not going to front. I don't know who Lush is because I'm not from California and didn't keep up with California like that. And couldn't because when I was growing up, it wasn't as popping as it was now. But that same behavior, y'all hold shade towards us, depending on age differences or whatever. So that's what's going on. Basically, in this review, Jason Tatum is lying about his age, type of situation. So these is bombs being dropped or whatever via me. It's always been like that. I've always been the chosen one. Every girl wants the Cabbage Patch me, and so do you dudes. So, I'm just gonna give you the real if you already know, and the obvious if you already know, and then, I intercept everybody's attention when I insert myself into it. So he has the diversity because of the audience and the age. Now the key to this, like I just said about the NBA player Jason Tatum, who's lying about his age, he's actually older than what he's saying. Jason Tatum had gotten into a situation and had got hurt, and they gave him a second opportunity. You know, his mom and stuff like that took advantage of the legal situation, which a lot of parents do. A lot of parents, they hide their kid's age or they hide their real name or certain stuff about it. Okay, so Poetic Flacco is one of them. I big him up. If it's all right for him to come out with his age and talk about his age, if he's 6 years older than what he's saying, because that's the trick. See, the federal scheme is the 6-year trick. It's getting a bachelor's and then getting a master's after it, because you got to go to school for 2 years after you get a master's. So that's the time frame of the education and the money spent when you're taking out loans, depending on the demographic and the geographic that you're going to and coming from. All of these is contractual moves. Now you got a sneaky Pillsbury Doughboy, cold, frozen face person like Remo, who's probably one of the most intelligent and who takes on Poetic Flacco. However, Remo has to stand on business. You see what I'm saying? Because what Poetic Flacco got caught up in out here, he got caught up in something different out there, but it's just a different color. It's the same scheme with a different color. So the place that Poetic Flacco went for his journalism or whatever, when he was supposed to be a kid back in 2004, they are known to have an underground education in which certain people are accepted. Now, he's not from White Plains, New York. He's from South Dakota or North Dakota. However, that specific summer in 2004, there was a huge bash. It was a Nickelodeon bash. And there was a bunch of celebrities in White Plains, New York. And a lot of those celebrities, and that's famous and popping now, they were able to get the same knowledge that he got. So they met Poetic Flacco in a different way, even though Nickelodeon was still there. You see, not to run the even word too much, but just to match the coordinates of what I'm talking about. So what the strategic move at Adam 22 is, he knows that he's tapped into a whole bunch of states and cities by having a big, amount of employees. That's what I say. The best come up right now, the fastest thing to do, if you got Floyd Mayweather money, you should try to open a jail or a penitentiary or a prison. If you have over, or matter of fact, not even over, if you have under Floyd Mayweather money, you should start a business trying to go around cleaning up the dog dung that all the people is letting everybody, do outside and not curb their dog. So if you wanted to open up a business, you in the hood, y'all could go open up a business with an LLC, and y'all purpose is to clean up the doodle from the dogs. Now that's possible too. Now they didn't make that a must in the United States of America. So therefore, if you don't make that a must, like the patrol needs to be out there watching you, then there's some type of dirty game in the United States of America that matches financial and equity and stuff like that. And it's white and blue collar crime. Okay? So it has to be like that. Because if you're going to show us policing and take us to jail or prison, you should show us a more stricter, proactive policing by having cops on the corner and soldiers on the corner and people not running the stop signs and people not letting their dogs shit on the side. So if I could pay into the government helps me fund to go curb the dog shit because y'all nasty ass people don't do it, right? Then that should be the easiest business to open up worldwide, nationwide, statewide. Vice versa, or the opposite of that, is opening up a prison and being a colored person. I don't think Floyd Mayweather has it in him to open up a prison. If I had the money Floyd Mayweather had, right now I would open up a prison, a penitentiary, a jail. if I had that money. So I don't blame America for not wanting me to have shit because I don't like police. I'd rather open up the jail. Why not? Just look at the dirty game and the demographic. Adam 22 is from the East Coast or the North, New Hampshire. Pick or choose. They let him go to the West Coast and they let him interview a person like Pop Smoke's killer, that actual person. And this dude, while he was incarcerated, he was eating Domino's and Papa John's, Cinnabon and everything. Now I'm just saying. What they don't tell you, the basic rules of incarceration, is that if your people flaunt the money enough, you can have the video game and the TV in your cell. You can have all that expensive shit. You just gotta go through the leaps and boundaries of certain things and get the. That's just what happens. That's only what certain people with money do. But with Adam 22, where he's caught, is he's caught because he's caught on a federal scheme. A federal scheme. It doesn't matter if you're from New Hampshire and you go to California, nigga. You're not licensed, right? And this is a federal offense. The reason why us regular people, we don't understand the federal guidelines, you see how we're blind to it? It's just like we're blind to having a lot of money. You understand that? You see, we blind to what they can do to us or what they run, just like we're blind to getting $30,000 a month on the 20th of every month. And just sit back for 60 or 78 years of your life and just beat the whole scheme your whole life or whatever without being knocked. Because, you know, it's just, that's how the ball bounces. It's crazy. So this is a genius who got caught up with something with a minor or something else in different type of states. See, I told you, if you're in a Commonwealth state, the rules is different. And that's what the decisive factor is for everything that's non-Commonwealth, every other state that's non-Commonwealth. What people do is they judge certain cases to the Commonwealth. Okay? Kentucky, Massachusetts, Virginia, Pennsylvania. This is different. Okay? In the Commonwealth, when I was in the Commonwealth, I don't know it. I didn't know it like going in. But to see the top hat gray UFO, that was dope. Because it's the same lame, boring ass shit in New York. Wherever you go. I just came from the city, dead serious. It's nothing to do. You can't call me a homebody because I was out so much with my family that we didn't see everything. And when we go back years later or whatever, it's the same or trashy. The best fun right now for me right now is to watch the water in the sky to see if one of them UFOs come out and I take a picture of it. No lie, last night, 2:38 this in the morning. Actually, this morning, I'm in the park working out, and a blue and white streak came behind me. And the only reason I didn't see it is because a raccoon was looking for food in the garbage cans, and I started dying laughing. Now it was pitch dark, I'm not gonna lie, but you know I know raccoons don't attack people. Them shits is pets. They kind of better pets than dogs. To be honest with you, I'd rather have a raccoon than a pet dog any day. But you're putting things together. The words degree. I'm just saying. You're putting things together. This is a natural fact now. When they drop a nuclear bomb, they drop it on your plant. You know your plants? You know when you see on TV, we got those little energy plants? Yeah, that's where they drop it. So for the people that don't think you could get electrocuted just for being at home and nothing popped your way, you're wrong, because your device, it can catch fire due to the electric plant getting nuked. Okay? So that's just a lesson to be learned. So this is what I'm talking about a show like this. You have a bunch of these people degree magicked out. These niggas is disabled and everything. Almighty suspect. He spits on Kelsey and punches him in the face. Okay? You see why a person like me wouldn't want to be, y'all friend? I'm just saying, you can watch my content, listen to my shit, say whatever, clip of this, clip of that, this, that, and the third. You've been on my dick since before I was born. So I might as well just keep coming at y'all niggas, right? Okay? Do you let him punch him in his face and then spit on him? Yeah. So you didn't fire him then, and he's clearly disabled too. That's why I care about this situation. He's one of those cats that's disabled on the street and nobody know, and he just start popping off. You see he tried to cut the other dude. You see how he is. He's never gonna tell you he's disabled. He has a stuttering problem, and it's called being gastric. That's what it's called. Being gastric is a disability. It's not an autoimmune disease, or kind of, sort of, but it's kind of like a disability too, because it's a chance to get rid of it. Okay, it's the chance to root yourself. Like I said before, you need air, right, to breathe. So you're gonna need air to push out feces too. Them dogs got COVID. They're born with a pneumonia that's helping them eat, sleep, and shit. It dehydrates them. You see how much water Poetic Flacco drinks? You see how big he is? It dehydrates them to the fact it's just like having Graves' disease. If you don't know what Graves' disease is, that's an autoimmune condition too. All right? And it has everything to do with the throat. Okay? So you putting these people with these disabilities in a hot ass room and they just getting mad at each other. It takes a simple person like me to tell you something simple like that. That shit is federal. There's no city, the state and the city cops is gonna laugh because they regular pieces of shit just like us. You feel me? There's somebody waiting to slap the shit out Adam 22 because he's a parent, a physical father, and he's not realizing that these people are people's children. I'm just saying. Just saying. So he spits at Brandon. He didn't spit on Brandon. But Brandon is about 5'7" or 5'5", and he's about 362 pounds. He was bigger than the sofa. And you didn't let that fight rock. You see when a lesson is about to be learned and taught? Now all of a sudden, almighty suspect is in jail. He pulled out a knife. Live, nigga. This shit was live on the tube. After the spit dropped our stomachs and everything. These is California niggas. This is what I'm saying. If you come from in the East Coast, you're already a target. They already trying to kill each other and set up Poetic Flacco just so they could come back to No Jumper and make another $300 in that day. I'm just saying. And now he has Trap Law Ross. Now I have to say, out of all of these white people that do the blogging, Trap Law Ross annoys me the most. Now I'm not picking on him or whatever, and I'm not trying to be racist. But he called Daquan Bennett a serial killer, and rumor has it that Davon lied about all of that bad stuff he ever did. Now I'm just saying. He sat up here and called my cousin that's in my blood DNA. You see how my mom is my mom, my dad is my dad, and then they got parents? If y'all don't think that their parents are in me, you're fucking stupid. You're that dumb. I'm just saying, you're stupid. I have no sympathy for you. If you're trying to treat me like I'm not family, and I'm from the kin, from back within, I'm gonna want your ass dead, nigga. You better take a look at me again. I be serious with all of y'all. What is that? There's no license, no psychology. This shit is not radio or nothing. This shit is a pure setup. Pure sacrifice. What are they really hearing? If Tupac gotta die, but I'm just being honest, Sean Puffy Combs didn't die. The nigga in jail. I'm just being real. What did Biggie Smalls do so bad that they really wanted him dead from back then? Unless he was just a collateral damage in just the insurance policy. That has to be, that's the only way Sean Puffy Combs could beat the case. And it looks like it's the truth because his mom has all his income. Puffy, his mom has all his income. So it looks like the labels is joining up with these bloggers and these streamers, learning who signed to who, making them sign their life away, which is an insurance policy if something happens to you. And we're guaranteeing you something is going to happen because we're giving you an advance. $2 million. DDG is worth $2 million. My little cousin Deshae, I don't like the nigga. He's a better rapper than DDG. I'm just saying. So where's his $2 million? I'm not trying to put the little nigga on or nothing. I'm just go listen to their music. I'm just saying. So what are you paying? What are you really saying? It has to be an alternative. Adam 22, as soon as he gets on screen with Wack 100, he starts talking about homosexuality on purpose because of how Wack 100 was back in his steroid days. When he was a bully, when he was bullying Suge Knight, when he was around Tupac, when he probably knew what happened to Biggie. You see what I'm saying? You see how this is matching? Like, it's a lot of things going on. He has Lisa Simpson tatted on him. I'm just saying, Adam 22. So Brick Baby's in jail. Everybody who was in the South knew who Brick Baby was. When I came back to New York, I was surprised nobody knew who Brick Baby was. Brick Baby was the one that went to Atlanta, Georgia. This is why Atlanta, Georgia is the way they are right now. It was Brick Baby. Brick Baby went to Atlanta, Georgia, lied about his age, right? And he just repped his 60 Crips so hard that he terrorized the whole Atlanta, Georgia. I'm being dead ass serious. That's what that shit is all about. Now, I knew about Brick Baby back in 2010, 2008 before he surfaced. Just like I knew about 100K Track and I knew about a lot of people. See, a lot of people slept on me when I left. Y'all thought I was just down here just to be down here. I met a whole bunch of celebrity clientele. I'm just saying. So y'all lucked up and then y'all fucked up, you know? Met a lot of people. And I don't want to be bothered. If I make it, I make it on my own. You feel me? Because that shit is expensive. It costs your life being around certain people that's degreed in certain stuff. Lush One is saying that he's Mexican. I'm gonna just get straight to the shit. Everything's fucking racist. He's saying that he's Mexican, but he's Jewish with blue eyes, and he looks like he's Italian. You know? Poetic Flacco hates that white man. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I don't fuck with him either. Now he's accompanied by a whole bunch of Mexicans that we don't know. And these Mexicans be terrifying the black people on the West Coast. And I didn't know that shit growing up. And that's hilarious. That's funny to me. I want to see that in person. That shit is, I want to be in there and I want to see that shit in person. These niggas be scared. See, the niggas over here, they not scared of the Mexicans over here. I just got off the train and this dude on his scooter, he pushed the Indian Mexican looking dude. He pushed him right in front of the police and everything because he was stepping on the yellow. I couldn't believe it. Just he was brazen about this shit. The little Mexican Indian dude. You know how they got the bubbles? The bubbles where you stand on the train and it says caution Watch where you step. And these stupid ass niggas be planning on there. Because when I come through the train, I come shoulders down. I used to play football on the concrete. Fuck all that other shit. It was no pads and nothing like that. I was a rough little nigga. I don't know what y'all talking about. I got all the wounds to show this shit. But yeah, he pushed him. Woo, on purpose, in front of the cops. Cops did nothing. Sanctuary City. Sanctuary City. Everybody got mad at the little light skinned dude. He was probably Caribbean or something. Everybody was tied at that nigga. He got off at Marble Hill. That shit was funny. They was tied, everybody. Anything for the cops. Cops ain't do nothing. If you aren't federally certified to have interviews with post felons, people with paperwork, convicted felons, expunged felons, awaiting felons, if you don't have the proper license, right, the feds is going to pay you so they can chop your ass at the end. They're going to chop you. Think about it. Y'all really think I can't put myself on? I could put myself on right now. Look how I got everybody's attention by not doing what you do. All I did was tell the truth. You type in Kais in that name, you see my pages. Just like when you try to go to Pacer and see his paperwork and it's sealed. Oh, yeah. Maybe Adam 22 is in White Plains, New York, people. Just saying. We all remember that skinhead. That New Orleans shooter. She was in White Plains too. That's the federal place. That New Orleans shooter, the dude that was on a bike, he scoped the whole place out before he did it. He used to be on a bike in White Plains too. When I was in high school. He looks the same. Now, looks a little older and gray, but he really looks the same. Being dead serious. People be talking to the cops. Y'all get locked up. They kidnap you and abduct you. They put you in another state and city without your consent. And then they put you in a position and you can't do nothing about it. See, when you're ready to make that move, you got to ask for that shit. I'm ready for that shit. Because if you put me in that situation, I'm coming out victorious. I'm going to skin a human and make you a skinwalker for anything. For if that's what if that's what I have to do, that's what's going to happen. You see, this shit is too set up. West Coast. He's sold out. West Coast culture is in history. West Coast culture, yes, their whole entire culture is in high school. 11th grade. If you go to the 11th grade, they teach you. Yes, they do. Y'all forgot See, I don't forget shit. I just don't talk about it. I want to see if you can talk about it first. So I can elaborate and teach you a lesson. They taught you in 11th grade. Charashkin was my teacher, Mr. Charashkin. They taught you that the West Coast Indians came to the East Coast with homosexuality and it started a civil war. Yes, they did. They teach you that every time before you become a senior. Think about it. You're called a junior. You started history way back when in elementary school, the later years of elementary school. You started history. And then they made you smart in middle school, right? Everything you did was wonderful, intelligent. You're graduating. You could get an F the whole time, not come. You're still going to walk the stage and look good about it. Go to high school. Fuck it. It was like that up here. I did my work though, right? But when I caught on to that shit, a civil war, and we just learning this in high school, oh no. Everything I ever did before the 11th grade, I'm forgiven. I don't care who got it, what the name, the translation is, I know I'm forgiven. Yeah, y'all forgot that's West Coast culture. Come on. Cabbage Patching. They didn't tell you about Cabbage Patching until you went to college. That's how my stupid ass found out about it. I'd have never went on social media. I hated pictures already. But it was just popping. Like I said, if you meeting celebrities and it's just popping, y'all popping like that, it's just, you got to live the moment. You know? Feel me? Like when I left home, people was just trying to be around each other, to try to be like each other, to try to be hip. I was the new person that had the latest everything. I knew that a software like this was going to be invented, or if it wasn't out already. Feel me? I knew I was going to be able to get it. But seeing how it works out, you got to wait. The feds need a sweep. This type of shit right here, mm-mm. I agree. Nobody should get paid for it. That's all it is. You see DJ Academics, you see how he is? I'm not saying he's scared, but he just don't want to get jumped. And I don't blame him. Because you can tell they want to do him filthy. And that's everybody. They want to do him filthy. You see what I'm saying? To call him a coward, he did some molesting shit. You see how he is? And he carried a gun. That's the reality. But that's what they do on the West Coast. And when they catch you doing that to somebody on the West Coast, they try to get that get back to make it look like they good guys. You see? But if you look at the cask of No Jumper, this joint is a homicide waiting to happen. Facts. Because it's only a matter of time before the police start turning on each other. Okay? That's what it's all about. When the police turn on each other in a circumstance like this, a big popping fraud scheme such as No Jumper, all it takes is a cop or two to get mad and start playing dirty. It wasn't worth it at all. Because when you go to the feds, they freeze your assets. Y'all not keeping what you earn. They just don't tell the public. You feel me? You can only get access to a little bit of money, of what they say. The Federal Reserve, the federal government, they own money. It does not matter if what you did to earn it. If they want to disqualify you from it, they can do it, and they will do it. Look how everybody is fucked up. Lil Durk is fucked up. Yes, he is. They asked him, do you really want bond? What about if we make you pay us $900,000 and take away the rest of your money and seize your houses so you could be out, and then we're going to bring your ass back to the court and hit you with another 6,000 years? You don't hear about that on the news? Because if you do, yeah, the news reporter, or the whole place is going to get in trouble. It's certain things they can't say. Certain people get murdered a certain way, or it's a homicide a certain way. Sometimes you gotta lie about it. That's why people are still thinking about the Kobe situation and the Michael Jackson situation. I told y'all about the Michael Jackson situation, but the Kobe situation I told you years before. I told you years. I said, hold on. It's that cartoon. I asked the question. I put it everywhere too. I put it everywhere. That cartoon where that little girl said to her father, listen, she said, great, Dad. Now all my friends think I'm dead. I said, hold on. What? And I know y'all remember that cartoon. He did exactly what Kobe did. He went and grabbed his daughter. And they flew away in a plane. That's some shit Gianna would have said if they'd have faked a crash or something like that. Thanks, Dad. Now all my friends think I'm dead. Yeah, that's what happened in the cartoon. They faked the plane crash. What you talk about? They faked the plane crash. The dude, it was a ill ass cartoon. It was some old like adult cartoon. It was ill. Y'all don't remember that? Y'all don't remember the Cyber Satan, the Project Bluebeam shit either. But it was during the same exact time. The plane crashed. He grabbed his daughter. They hopped in a limo, and the limo went away. And she turned to her father, and she said to her father, thanks, Dad. Now all my friends is going to think I'm dead because they was already famous and they were supposed to get into that plane. Yeah. People forget that. I was like, yo, they just did that cartoon. It was a cartoon that did that shit with that whole Kobe situation. Yes, it was. It was a cartoon. Come on. Think about Kobe's days in Denver when he got hit with that rape case. You start thinking about, yo, when Kobe kidnapped his daughter and moved to China, he speak Chinese. He moved to Asia. He speak, what do he speak, 12 languages? Kobe was smart like that, like 8 or 12 languages. He speak French, Creole. He speak all of that. A little bit of Arabic, Spanish. Yeah. Think about that. Kobe Bryant, yeah. I'll be the first one to say it, just like I told you. O.J. Simpson's son, his son at the time killed her. Killed Nicole Brown Simpson. It was his 16-year-old son. The oldest. And that's why he bounced on he bounced with the Bronco. He left bouncing with the Bronco to distract him. It was his son. And that's why the gloves was too small. The gloves were too small because they was the perfect size for his son. Geniuses. Come on, man. I get the word degree better than anybody else. Graduating over a Bachelor of Science, having a Bachelor of Arts, and you thinking it's funny. I'm about to say a Bachelor of Arts in Humanities in the School of Sciences, Social Sciences, is way different. You see what I'm saying? Way different. I shouldn't have to be in a function. Case closed. They're not gonna start. They're not gonna stop until something happened with this shit in No Jumper. You know what I'm saying? It's 2 degrees on Comparator. What's his name? Comparator. The Mexican. He's a millionaire. He doesn't have to be on the show. That's why Poetic Flacco has a problem with Adam 22, and that's why Almighty Suspect has a problem with. They both have the same disability too. They both have a problem with Adam 22. The dude, Campo, he's a Mexican gang leader. Everybody know. I found out who he was. He a millionaire. What the fuck is you on No Jumper for? Take it away from the little kids. Whack 100 is scared of the Mexicans. Mexicans gonna beat him up. That shit is trashy. If I ever go over there, if somebody ever front, I'm gonna fucking spaz. It's just not gonna happen. You're not gonna be able to shine on me. That's it. I'm gonna run it up. I'm gonna run it up. I'm dead serious. I'm gonna run it up. I'm dead serious. You're not gonna be able to shine on me. Mm-mm. Basically, everybody like Puffy, everybody that's signed, right? That has a major deal and that's blockbuster and that's actually Hollywood. Like Hollywood. Like you were loved for years. You know what I'm saying? You're glorified. You're legendary. Everybody like that, you know, they can sue No Jumper. Individuals. They can sue the person. Just because you use it as a business entity, you can sue the person civilly. It's a civil case. It costs $15,000 to open up a civil case. So if Puffy want to sue Adam 22, Hassan Campbell, Club Shay Shay individually and not the YouTube channel, he can. Okay? Because on the court documents, on the papers, they ask for certain stuff like that. If the person is a business entity, where did they work at, the employment and stuff like that. So you have to go for the civil, personal. You have to go get it personally now. If you want to represent yourself, it's called pro se. You go pro se and represent yourself. You're going to have to brush up on words, okay, because your education is not in law. Despite you using the words that they know and that they go by, if your license doesn't match what you're saying, it doesn't matter. That's why they let YouTube act the way YouTube acts. It's just another way to just come down on you at the end, on your economy. You have to pay taxes. We're gonna let a illegal social media app into the United States, pay them illegally, and then charge taxes on a 1099-G form. Okay? So I'm not dumb. I'm stupid. Or none of that. I'm waiting. Yeah, I'm waiting for the next sweep. I don't want people to go to my page and report my page for spam, and then it's struck forever. That's the scar. You go to somebody's page and you press spam misleading, it's a scar. It's burnt forever. You can get an ad or two, but it's not going to be a whole bunch like you had before. You feel me? Certain ways you can spin it, but it's still not going to be the same. And they mad. This is what's happening. All of these people up here are getting mad at each other, flagging each other, and they're killing each other. Why you think I'm making this video? Did you not just see the 2 people that got killed by YouTubers? What is it? TikTok, you only get, no, Twitch, right? It's Twitch, you get $3,000 if you do it the right way. And then if you get reported, you'll probably get 150. That's why everybody's trying to be cool. That's why I named this video, I Flagged You. Shutting down my first page, though. My first page had ill content. You're not about to sit up here and shut down my shit and think you're going to rock. You ain't going to take my information and my data and then make it like it's yours and then shut my shit down and thought you was good. Like I wasn't going to find you. Like you're not messing with a special human being. My favorite color is green. I'm forever young. Dead serious. Forever young. For every giddy act y'all want to act, regardless, I'm just gonna be a little worse than you until it's all over. Y'all moving and selling stuff. You don't own anything. You're renting it because you know that money's not yours. Crazy? Come on, this is a setup right here. No New Yorkers. They steal our words. They use our lingo. They steal the way we dress. All of that shit. I went to the South. Everybody was asking me advice on how to dress and shit like that. I started dressing raggedy. Hey, get the fuck out of here. It's in you. If you ask me the name of a shirt, it's the name of a shirt. Don't ask me if this go with this because I'm laughing at jean shorts. I don't want no jean shorts. I like cargo shorts better than I like jean shorts, you know. It's all within you. Why are you worried about what I think is funny and not? Because if you wore jean shorts, you might as well wear jeans. I'm not saying they not fire, but if they some hot shorts and they jean shorts, 10 out of 10 times, if they hot, they gonna be hot as jeans. And I'm not talking about literally, like physically. I'm talking about design and how it looks. Usually illustration and shit. You know? So don't ask me nothing. With materials? Yeah, trying to see what I'm about. I don't really care about the blogging right now. I like my clothing line, right? I like my clothing line. And I'm happy that you niggas, y'all not brave enough to wear it, nigga. That's why. And I am. That's why I keep smiling. And every video you look in, you remember, you see me with this shit on. Yeah. And can't none of y'all niggas make that shit look the way I make it look. So I giddy at that. And your content is me. You feel me? You shouldn't put me on. Don't run my videos. Okay? Don't put a traffic bot on my videos without telling me. Contact me first, right? And let me know that you're AKA feeling my content and you want it shared or whatever. Don't sit up here and try to be a phantom or a ghost or intangible. You see what I'm saying? I don't respect that at all. It's like you telling me I'm cute. You know? This chick got mad at me in college, and she said, "You lucky you cute with a scar." That's what the bitch said to me. I had to teach her I was the HBK. You know, I don't discriminate. You know, once I don't like you, I don't like you, male or female. A little bit more mean than you niggas anticipated, I guess. Come on, man. These white people over here, Adam 22. They got Flacco talking homosexual. Look how he got it. He has the illest circuit. He has Flacco talking Muslim, but at the same time talking about how he's about that other life. Then he got the Jewish Mexican doing it. Then he got the mob boss Mexican doing it. That's what it's about. And Whack 100 is scared to say something. They all turn on Whack right now. I had to take a look at this. This is grimy. Okay, this is something I didn't see. It doesn't happen over here. I didn't experience this. Where the Mexicans is bullying the older black people. He's old. Whack 100 can sit up here and yell at me right now. I probably wouldn't get mad. Because he's old now. You feel me? Like, no disrespect. It's just, he's past that. He's past, if you're trying to still hold gangbanging to certain people, then you kind of a grimy person yourself. And I'm talking about Adam 22. Yeah. This is two races. Shit need to just pop off. It's light skin versus dark skin. Yeah, this is what this shit is about. And they be tag teaming. I'm watching it right now. So Comparada left, and they got this big head white or Mexican dude. He probably Mexican. And it look like he want to fight. You feel me? With a white cast. Like, come on. No. Sign me up for a fight. Word. Ooh. Yeah, 4 extra. This is perfect. Like, why not? You feel me? You could give me 3 or 6 or something, cuz. You feel me? I'm gonna keep tagging y'all. Word. The other homie, I don't know where he at. I mean, Almighty Suspect is easy work. You feel me? Poetic Flacco is easy work. Feel me? Beat as it may. I could beat Lush with one hand. Okay? I could fuck Remo up too. Trap Lil Ross, I could beat him with one hand too. Feel me?